from the NR Sports Show. This is episode 935. I'm joined by a really special guest. He's a former MLB infielder, Alex Cintron. He's now the current Houston Astros hitting coach. He's a World Series champion with the Arizona Diamondbacks. He also played with the Chicago White Sox, Baltimore Orioles, and Washington Nationals. I'm really looking forward to this interview. What a great career he had. And first of all, Alex, I just want to say thank you for joining the show. And how are you and your family doing today?
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. Unfortunately, last week I was kind of sick. Now we're recovering, getting better, and it's a pleasure to be here and talk about baseball with you.
Yeah, we got to make sure you're 100%, especially being a hitting coach. You need to be 100%. And first, before we get started, I just want to pay my respects to Pedro Feliciano, who passed away, and also today we found out Julio Lugo passed away. What a great player he was too, a shortstop. So I want to just pay my respects to both of them. And obviously you got to play while they played. So can you speak on those two real quick, Pedro?
Yeah. My condolence for the family. It's really a sad news and concern news for us, which is the same age as myself. I'll be 43, and it's sad to see those guys pass away, especially at such a young age, 45. Pedro, I played with Pedro in Puerto Rico in winter ball in the World Classic, and a really nice guy, really calm, quiet, funny guy, great left-handed pitcher for years, also pitching Japan and pitching the big leagues, and great, one of the best left-hander reliever that we have in our country. And Julio, I play against Julio, always another guy who was always laughing, a lot of energy, electric in the field. Great shortstop, offensive guy, can play defense, can run. Really like a nice guy. It's hard to believe that such a young age they're passing away. So that means we have to take care of ourselves, and it's sad for baseball.
Yeah. So please, everyone, tune in. We are live on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Spreaker. Everyone, please tune in here. I want to start off with your childhood growing up. Obviously, you're born in Puerto Rico, and when did you get interested in the game of baseball, especially, and who would you say your biggest role model was in that?
Yeah, I got interested in baseball. I was like seven years old. My mom used to play softball, so I used to follow my mom to all her games in softball. So I started, getting interested in baseball. And growing up, a lot of people helped me in my country, in Puerto Rico, in my hometown, Yabucoa, Humacao. They helped me a lot. A lot of people was involved in my development as a player. Especially a guy named Edwin Gomez, who really believed in myself since I was 6 years old. And then, my role model, I was watching Robbie Alomar, switch hitter infield. That's what I was playing. I was playing middle infield as well. Carlos Barrega, and those kind of guys, just kind of like watching them play, kind of push me to be like them. So I was lucky enough to grow up there and be drafted by Diamondbacks in 1997 in the 36th round. One of the reasons I signed was because it was an expansion team at that point, which I thought I was going to have opportunity to grow fast in the organization instead of go to Miami-Dade College, who were really interested in myself to have academic scholarship over there. And I decided just to sign in 97, and everything after that. It was up and down because I was so skinny, and I didn't know I was 140 pounds. I didn't know what was being Arizona in the summer, really hot. And but I was fortunate to have good managers in Brian Butterfield. Mm-hmm. He was basically Don Wakamatsu, who was playing for. Those guys were my managers growing up. Bobby Dickerson was my infield guy. He was my manager as well. Al Pedrique, and you name it. Chip Hale, Bob Melvin, Bob Brownlee, all those guys. Through my career in the minor league system and in the big leagues with the Diamondbacks. So it's a little bit of my career.
Yeah. So what's it like being from Puerto Rico, representing your country, being able to make the major leagues, and just making your family proud? And what's that been? What was that like for you throughout your career?
It makes I think everyone who had the dream to sign professionally and come from small islands, even Puerto Rico or Dominican, Venezuela, Mexico, or whatever you grew up for, small towns, to be able to accomplish a dream to sign and then accomplish your dream to make it to the big leagues always make you proud. it's a hard work that you do and hard work that your parents do for you. Growing up, sacrifice times and money to make your dreams come true. So for me, I'm always proud to be a Puerto Rican and have the opportunity, like I say, to play winter ball, Caribbean Series, World Classics, represent the country, with the Puerto Rican uniform, and also represent the United States with different number of teams that I play with, and especially now when with the Astros.
Yeah.
Still feel me proud doing what I do for my country, for myself, for my family.
Yeah, so tell our fans, obviously you played infielder, but did you get to learn how to play different, like multiple positions like outfield? Did you get to learn to pitch or play outfield or just stay with infielder?
Well, when I grew up, I was basically I catch a little bit, but I didn't like it, so I switched really quick to third base, shortstop, second base, and pitcher. I didn't play much outfield. I started learning it in 2009 with Marcus Grissom, who was my third base coach back in Washington National. That was when I realized that if I want to extend my career, it was I have to play outfield like everybody else. But that was a short period of working out in the outfield. I mostly was restricted in the infield. I played first base at the end of my career. I did play some first base, but mostly I was playing second, short, third base. Like I said, growing up, I was pitcher. But it's fun to have the opportunity to learn multiple positions. I think now it's really popular in players who are utility guy and versatility guy. That's what they're looking for. Teams like Chris Taylor, Rico Hernandez, Alemi Diaz, Marvin Gonzalez, just to mention a couple of those guys who were able to play in different positions, and they're really attracted to teams because they can help you in different ways. And I think it's a gift of God to give you the ability to play different positions in the highest level. So for me, it was fun to pitch when I was a young guy, but then for me, it was more about the shortstop position, second base, middle infield, more action over there, be always active in every play and kind of be a leader in the infield.
Yeah, so obviously you made your major league debut July 21st, 2001 with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Tell our fans, what was that like when you got the call up and seeing players like Randy Johnson, Luis Gonzalez? You played with a lot of great talent. So tell our fans about that experience, rookie season.
Yeah, I was really excited, drive 2 hours from Tucson to Arizona to get the call and join such a great team in 2001 who ended up winning the World Series against the Yankees, and such a great players at that time, Hall of Famer Randy Johnson, and who gonna forget about Luis Gonzalez, who was a franchise guy who got the hits to win the 2001 World Series. And what a year with the 9/11, what happened in 9/11 too. So it was it's a year I will never forget. All that happens over there, and be able to be part of that team. The recently past Friday, they have the anniversary of the world champion team. I was invited, but I was sick, so I wasn't able to go. I was kind of like disappointed and sad not to be there with them. So like I say, really good players, good talented guys. Jay Bell, Matt Williams, Mark Grace, Randy, Kurt Schilling, Todd Lamar, Greg Swindell, Reggie Sanders, Danny Bautista, Durazo, Corbin, Craig Counsell, who's a manager now, Junior Spivey, Tony Womack, really, really good team all around. Bob Brenly, really good manager. So, it was really, really nice for me making my debut and just be part of that team and be out there in a nice, beautiful stadium in Arizona and be able to accomplish my dream with the team that I grew up in the farm system.
Yeah, I'm a Yankee fan, so I forget that season was horrible. But for you though, obviously rookie season, special season, all of us were going through a lot with the 9/11 situation. But for you, just to win the World Series in your rookie season, and how special was that the first year? And what made you what did the managers tell you guys, or what was the one thing that he said for you guys in order to go through the ups and downs of that season and make it special and winning that World Series? What was that message from the manager?
I think it was always like believe in yourself, believe in in this team. It's a special group, special players. We're really talented. Best all around, I think we had the best bench players in the game at that point. David DeLucci, what I have to mention too, you had DeLucci, Durazo on the bench as a left-handed weapon. Then you had Greg Coburn, Danny Bautista as a right-handed weapons. And Bautista ended up playing a little bit more in some games than Reggie Sanders, kind of shared sometimes out there. And having such a depth bullpen with Mike Morgan, Swindell, Young Kim, Matt Mantine, just to mention a couple of arms, great rotation. Miguel Batista was huge to be part of that. So it was believe in yourself and go out there and have fun and do, get your talent out there to show what you guys are capable to do. I think it was a special group, special team. And, everybody was having fun, believing in themselves, believing in the talent, and it paid off.
And also about the fan base, what was it like playing in front of the Arizona Diamondbacks fan base? Because I think they have the best fan base in baseball in Arizona. So what was that like for you playing in front of that fan base?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Like I said before, it's like you had the opportunity to grow up in the minor league with them, and then had the opportunity to go out there and perform in front of the fan that they always follow you, because we were fortunate to have AAA in Tucson, Arizona. It was not far away. A lot of those fans, whenever the Diamondbacks was on the road, they drive over there to watch us play, and they were really excited to have us going to the big league. They already knew about what we were capable to do, what we were doing in the minor league system before we jumped to the big leagues. And really nice fan. Really, we always, I'm never gonna forget them. When I always go to Arizona, people remember me and they treat me really well. It's like when I go there, I feel like it's my second home, second how I know where to go. I know people over there, and I know how to drive. I don't need GPS. I know where to go around Arizona. So it's always special, and it's nice to be able to make your debut with the farm system.
Yeah, so tell our fans what did you learn playing with Luis Gonzalez? Obviously, a truly one of the best players in my opinion. So what did you learn from him when you got to play alongside him?
Gonzo was really nice. Gonzo always like have fun. One thing that I like about Gonzo was he always have the same. He was the same guy. When he struggled, when he go good, always in the same level, and never showed some emotions about him. And he always was positive about everything, and the way he worked hard and really trying to be a really good teammate. I think that's one of the things that I can just say about him and remember, just trying to be a good teammate, always having fun and support everybody and be a leader. He whenever things were wrong as a team and he has to do a meeting over there, call a meeting and talk and just kind of calm everybody and let everybody know how good that we are, and just go out there and perform. So, I think that's the most impressive thing about him.
Yeah, so obviously you got to spend with 3 other teams, but did you ever think to yourself maybe you could have spent your whole career with the Diamondbacks? How tough was it for you to leave that team? But you got to experience Chicago, Baltimore, Washington, different cultures, different player teammates. So what was that like, the process like when you got to
it was kind of surprised me and Chuck when I got traded. I was in the middle of the World Classic playing Puerto Rico. The only good thing was that I didn't have to move far away because we were sharing locations in Tucson, a spring training complex. Yeah, but it hurts because you always think about you're gonna be there for your whole career. And I love the city of Arizona, Phoenix, and you love the team. You get used to the fan, you get used to everyone out there, but it's part of the business. And like I said, it was kind of sad, hard learning that I was getting traded. And it was more, it was a welcome to go to Chicago, great city, and a great team as well, who were coming to win a World Series in 2005. I got traded in 2006 and had the time to spend with a lot of good players like Jim Tomey, Hall of Famer, and Connecticut, Jermaine Dye, such a great team, such a great guy on Ozzie. And so you go from one team that you love to another team that I really enjoyed, just because I knew at that time Ozzie. I know Ozzie before Joy Cora, bench coach. They were my friend, family. They want me out there. They take care of myself. And when you got traded to a team like that, you kind of forget quick that you got traded, and the feelings and your emotions are different. It would have been different if I were going to be traded for a different team that probably I didn't want to go, or probably I didn't know anybody, but going to Chicago, knowing Ozzy and knowing Joey was kind of relief for me.
Yeah, so for you, obviously, I want to go back to the World Series real quick, and obviously, once you guys won that World Series, what was the first thing you guys did afterwards? And I gotta ask you this: I don't know if you want to answer, but where do you keep your World Series ring?
I have a case at home with 4, actually counting the All-Star game ring, and this one go with my 5th ring. So I think I'm a winner. I've been winning all the time since I make it to the big league, and such a fortunate guy and blessed guy to be able to be part of like 4 World Series in my career. And yeah, we just went to the clubhouse, just party, and it's kind of different back in the days as we are right now. I think every moment count, every moment you enjoy it, and for all your fans and everything. I was a young guy too, so I didn't have much of participation just because being a young guy in those times you kind of shy. It's not like now, everybody's the same is equal. In the back in the day,
Right.
when you're a young guy, you respect the others and you respect the guy who were playing, and actually the 25 guy who were there. So you kind of like give them more the space, and you kind of just stay away a little bit in your corner.
Yeah, so obviously, I want to ask you about what was it like playing in the AL East, one of the toughest divisions to play in? Obviously, you played with Baltimore, and what was it like facing Boston, New York, Tampa Bay, and the Blue Jays too? So, what was it like competing in the AL East for you?
It was tough, man. It was tough back in the day. Roy Halladay, Aya Burnett for the Blue Jays. You got Josh Beckett, even Wakefield, John Lester coming up, Boston, and you just mentioned kind of tougher guys. You got James Shield, Mark Garza in Tampa, just to mention a couple other guys. And the Yankees, always David Wells,
Yeah.
Mike Mussina. They have such a great team, and it was always hard for me, especially in that year. I had to face Mariano a lot, which I'm comfortable at bat for everybody. And I was kind of like, I came out as a utility player. Freddie Bynum was the shortstop. Then they designated him for assignment, and they kind of gave me the shortstop position. Kind of was platooning there at the end with Juan Castro. I was playing I was defensive shortstop. Juan was more the defensive guy. And I was, every time Juan was playing and we were losing, I came to pitching for him, or we were winning in the 8 or 9. Juan come play defense, and kind of like a situation, the tough division, nice travel, nice cities, playing against good teams. But really, really tough division. Still now tough division.
Yeah.
Just think about it. I think one of the toughest division. I think the toughest division in baseball right now is going to be the AL East again. Just having Boston, the Yankees, Tampa, and the Blue Jays again being strong teams. And you showed that last year when all those 3 teams make it to the playoff. And Blue Jays almost created a tie at the end of the season. So it's gonna be a tough one again. Really nice to have opportunity to be in the Yankee Stadium and play in the last game, the all-night Yankee Stadium over there. Have a chance to be at third base for Melvin Mora. I didn't hit. I think a ground ball to me, and be able to have the last team to play in the Yankee Stadium that year. It's really nice.
Yeah, so obviously between that, obviously you spent throughout your career AL and NL. So who would you say the toughest pitcher that you faced in the AL and NL?
Well, reliever Mariano in the American League,
Mhm.
Trevor Hoffman in the National League. As a starter, I think Roy Halladay was really, really, really nasty. Andy Pettit, being lefty and righty. In the National League, let me go back to, John Small was a tough one. It was a tough at bat. I think everybody in the big league is tough, but those are the toughest guys that I can remember that have tough at bats against them.
Yeah, so now obviously, how grateful are you to be in this position? Obviously, playing the game you loved and winning a World Series. Obviously, you kept on winning throughout your career, and now still being involved in the game as a hitting coach for the Houston Astros. And what's it been like for you after your playing career, sharing your playing experiences to the Houston Astros now, and the players you work with right now? So what's that been like for you, the transition from being a player to and being a coach now?
Yeah, I like I said, I'm blessed. I moved to Houston back in 2009, and so which is lucky that I'm with the Astros because that was my home.
Yeah.
My daughter live here. I have a family with my ex-wife who live in Houston. That's what I met. That's what I stay in Houston all night, and then be able to stay here, living here, and I was doing a lot of youth baseball with young guys in different ages, coaching them, doing private lessons, and then had the opportunity in 2017 that Tyrone Brooks connect with him by Lincoln and kind of tell me and say the Astros looking for a translator for Gurriel.
Yeah.
Well, just want to apply, like, just apply and see if you're lucky enough to land that job. And that's what I did. He sent me the link. I applied like a normal person. I did my resume. I did everything that everybody has to do for a job and apply. And I was blessed that people like started interviewing myself with other candidates. And at the end of spring training, March 27, 2017, they just kind of like just tell me, that the job is yours. And it was really, really blessed, like I said, because I was living in Houston anyway. That was my home, my house, so I didn't have to leave. No, I have to leave nowhere. It was gonna be 30 minutes from the ballpark, and had the opportunity that I played with Gurriel in the past, World Classic and couple World Cup in Spain. We play against each other, knowing Julie for a long time, a long year. It was an easy transition to be his translator plus other Latin people and learn the front office. It was a hard job, 9 a.m. through 11 p.m. because I have to work in the front office and learn, Excel and, the numbers, analytics, and all of that. It was kind of interesting job, and then be able to contribute to the team, help him in a lot of aspects, meet the players, meet the front office, and be able then to grow my career next year in 18, be a third base coach, and then 19, 20, 21, being a hitting coach, and beyond that, 22, probably 23.
Yeah.
Still be, with that Houston Astros.
Yeah, so for you, obviously, you started with the Astros in 2018, and you guys, 17, and one of the things that Astros are known for, one of the best coaching staff, in my opinion, you got to be with AJ Hinch, Joe Espada, Brent Strom, one of the best pitching coaches right now, but obviously he's not there anymore. What's that been like, the transition for you, starting at 17 and being with the managers like AJ Hinch and now Dusty Baker?
Yeah, in 17, I have a great manager. For me, one of the top 3 best manager in AJ Hinch, but also was with the bench coach, Alex Correa. For me, top 3 managers in the game. And, being with Alex, it was kind of like coincident. People think that he brought me there. All of that never happened. Alex, my best friend for 22 years.
Yeah.
Best man at my wedding. We learn a lot for those people, for those guys, for those coaches, Gary Pettis, and having Brent Strom all around. And I think I've been fortunate to have those guys around me. Even Carlos Beltran was one of the players too. He's really smart, but I learned a lot. So be able to be with those people and learn a lot. And then now with Dusty, one of the future Hall of Fame manager. Like I said, I've been fortunate to have people around me that are really not only good manager, but good human beings and great persons, great players, coaches, and managers. So really lucky, like I say, so far to be where I am right now.
Yeah, Alex Cora, man, what a great job he's doing with the Red Sox, World Series champion. And also, how ironic is it to see Brett Strom go to the team that you used to play for, Arizona? Everybody thought he was retiring, but now he got a quick job in Arizona. So what is Arizona getting at Brett Strom, you think?
Oh, getting a great human being, a great guy, great pitching coach, great instructor, great teacher, great person, a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge of the game. They're gonna have a lot of fun in spring training in the mornings. Such a human sense of humor, and his work ethic. Work really hard early, always care, always worry about his job, his players, his pitchers, and everybody else. And you know, I know Stromy was a tough decision. I think he was going to retire, but I feel like having opportunity to be 2 hours from his house made that decision easy. I think it would be somewhere else. I think he would have declined it probably and stay at home. But it make it easier when he's 2 hours far from his house that he can go to his home, be in Arizona, go there whenever he wants, have his family close by. I think that was a really easy decision for him to keep going. He have a lot in the tank to teach. Such a great organization, such a great young pitcher staff. I think it's a new challenge for him and that he will enjoy it because it's something new. And like I say, he'll be close by his house or relaxing at home in Arizona.
Yeah, obviously the Houston Astros, they always compete every year. And tell our fans about the 2017 World Series. You guys won that year, and what was that like winning the World Series? Obviously, Jose Altuve having a big postseason for you guys.
Yeah, I had a lot of rumors about what we did, and that's kind of put that in a cloud a little bit. But it doesn't take anything about these guys have a really good talent, and they're really talented. And
Yeah.
the only thing that we can say is we enjoy it. We had a good ride. We play hard, and whatever happens, and hopefully it's never gonna be in the past. But we're trying to show people what kind of team we are and what kind of players that we have, and they can go out there and compete against the best.
Yeah, obviously when Dusty Baker came in, first year you guys were this close to going to the World Series, but the next year you guys got to this year's World Series, obviously, but you lost this year. But just take us through this season and going through the ups and downs and the long season, and what was it like just to go back to the World Series, but even though the results didn't pan out?
Yeah, I think in 18 we lost against Boston in the LCS, and then Boston ended up winning. Then 19 was the year that I thought we were gonna win it for sure. Winning 3-2 against the National, going home with Verlander and Rinky on the mound. And fortunately, Verlander having been able to win one game in the World Series, but that doesn't mean that he's not a good pitcher. I think for me, one of the greatest pitcher ever in the game, and he will be a Hall of Famer. And unfortunately, we faced two good pitchers as well as Max Scherzer with Patrick Corbin relieving and in Strasbourg. So we faced a good pitching, and it was a great game. And unfortunately, we didn't win it. That one hurts the most, just because you 1 win away, 2 games to go, 1 win away to win, and just lost it. Then 2020 was tough. We have a lot of people injured. We had Osuna injured. We had Verlander injured. We had Jordan Alvarez out, and we were able to come back 3-0 and win 3 in a row and make it interesting against Tampa. And I'm almost back in the World Series. So that's the kind of thing that we have in the past 5 years on the field that that put you thinking that for me in the past 5 years, we're the best team in the American League, no doubt, just because what we have accomplished. 5 years, 3 World Series, 5 LCS. And then be able to this year, beat the White Sox, which I think it was a strong team, beat the Red Sox, who played really well baseball, and we were losing 2-1 going to Boston, and be able to to go out there and win 2 games in Boston out of 3. That's tough to do, and finishing at home. And then we face a really hot team in the Braves. They beat the Dodgers, for me was the best team in baseball, in paperwork, and they pitched really well against all the lefty did a really good job against Alino. The pitcher did a really good job and to stop our offense, and we got to give credit to them. And like I said, they were hot. They were having some guys, they had no contract, and like Rosario, Soler, they were going through bad years, and they came through. I think Rosario and Soler were really, really huge acquisition, and they were really huge for their offensive team, for whatever they did, especially in the pitcher stuff.
All right, let's get a couple more things here before I let you go, and let's get to this team, the players you work with right now. And Alex, you deserve a pay raise because, in my opinion, you're a great hitting coach, and this team they know how to hit. So for you, what's it been like for you working with Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman, Gurriel? Obviously, he's coming back this year. Jordan Alvarez, his swing reminds me of David Ortiz a little bit, but this guy is growing as a player. And you see players like Michael Brantley, Kyle Tucker. He's growing into a big time player now. So what's that been like for you? And also Carlos Correa. Hopefully you guys get him back. But what's that been like for you? This working with these players?
Yeah, I just lucky and blessed that I'm with special group of hitters and superstar, which made the job people think easier, but it make it harder because they're different. They're superstar and they want to all have really good years. But I'm lucky to have a really good hitting coach in Troy Sneaker. It was really good, and Troy and I worked together, and he has helped me a lot in my career, my transition as a hitting coach, and I'm really happy to have him in my side in my club. The front office too doing a really good job in the game plans. And like I say, having those kind of players, they're different age, different mentality. Having Gurriel who have played more baseball. I think Pujol have played more baseball than him.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but Gurriel have played more baseball than anyone right now. I think the active MLB, and such a different mentality coming from Cuba. Jordan Alvarez, such a special hitter, a natural hitter, and like I say, Correa, Michael Brantley, who's been a guy who have been working his whole career with his dad and has his different mentality, really good, and listen to them and be able to work daily. Alex Bregman and Carl Tucker, special key, Altuve, a special guy as well, and have those guys. I'm kind of like lucky, and it's really special group. Like I say, they listen and they trust. I think that trust is really important, and the good thing about it, how you're gonna send the message to them to be able for them to believe it and approve it by themselves, which is the hardest part to be a hitting coach for superstars. I think when you have some young guys and you kind of apply what you got is different, but when you got such a great hitters and superstar that already accomplished a lot in this game, it made that job harder. And that's one of the reasons that I'm happy to stay in Houston, and because I already know those people, already know what to work with them, what to tell them, what I'm looking for mechanically or in approach why what they want to hear, what they want to listen. So, hopefully we can keep Carlo. It's not he's gonna be missed, and such a great person and great clubhouse leader. And we have to continue and work what we have. When the season starts, spring training starts in February. We'll have a team, we have a roster, and we got to go from there and trying to repeat offensively what he had done in the past 3 years, and trying to get better in some aspect that we need to get better, and that's it.
Yeah, so speaking of Carlos, obviously he's a free agent and he won the Gold Glove this year. So congrats to him winning another Gold Glove and one of the best shortstops in my opinion. And obviously free agent, he has the right to test the market, and a lot of teams will be calling for him. But have you been in contact with him ever since free agency hit, or are you guys recruiting him or just letting him be?
No. I just Carlos, aside of being a player, we have created a really good relation outside the baseball field, and being with him since 2017, 5 years, and out of the 7 that I've been with the Astros. So I spent a lot of time with him. I know his family, and we have a real relation. Yeah, we just talked today. He just called me. We FaceTime today, and
nice.
we just talk and text, and hopefully he made the right decision. The best is for him. Hopefully, it's us, the Astro, is not wishing the best. He's a great human being, and such a hard worker. How worked really hard in his hitting to improve. How really worked hard in his defense. Won all the Gold Glove and Platinum Glove that he had done this year. Has his own routine. He already learned how to take care of his body himself, to be able to play every day and in the highest level, and what to do, and to go out there every night to help the team to win ball games, and that's something that such a young age, 27, he already matured on that, learned from the past mistakes, and which is great. And I think he'll have a 8-10 more years career left in the tank. He's 27. I think this guy will play 8 or 10 more years easy, because he know what to do now to take care of himself.
Yeah. So the last two things here before I let you go, our team is part of this foundation. It's called the Hugh Jackson Foundation. He's a former NFL coach. He's now the offensive coordinator at Tennessee State with Eddie George, and we're trying to help him prevent human trafficking, making sure the community stays safe, the kids stay safe. So we'll send you the foundation so you can check it out.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And the last thing here, what do you like to say, anything to all the nurses, doctors, and all the center workers right now?
Yeah, thank you for the hard work they do to keep us alive and, to keep all the families in health. And, it's really special groups to have to wake up every morning and work at nights in the mornings to prevent people, to die. And just thank you for everything.
Yeah, well said. And there it is. That wraps up episode 935 with former MLB infielder Alex Cintron, World Series champion. Also now the current hitting coach for the Houston Astros. I just want to say thank you for joining the show today. We would like to have you back on the show at some point down the line so you can meet the full team. But keep up the great work, Alex. You're a great hitting coach, and good luck next season. And I'm going to dedicate this episode to Pedro and Julio. So but I just want to say thank you again for joining the show.
Thank you, man. That's a great people who deserve it. Hopefully their family get all the support and help they need. I know it's a tough time, and no one gonna change what happened, and hopefully nobody else. I think hopefully this we can learn from this and take care of ourselves better.
Because I know that both of them means a lot to you, so I'm dedicating this episode for both of them.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. All right.